Okay, it's now 7:30 and time to call up the 2-meter portion of the RocCityNet. The net meets here on the 145.11 Bristol, New York repeater every Sunday evening at 7:30. The purpose of the net is to build friendship and dedication to all amateur radio operators. Calls will be taken by order of check-in. Once checked in, you can go direct with any station already logged into the net by saying recheck, and net control will let you make your call. Also, if you have any comments or questions for the net, and you can recheck and do so at any time. We are now taking traffic. If you're looking to buy, sell, or trade any items pertaining to amateur radio, you can also report that with traffic. Let's see. So your net control this evening is W2JTF. Jeff, I am located in North Shiloh. Break. When checking into that, please give my call sign W2JTF, unkey your mic, and then give your call sign and name and location. And please do so slowly because this is my first time, and getting used to some of the call signs is going to take me a little bit, so I appreciate that. I'll first take calls from Echolink or portable stations, and then I will take other check-ins. Break. I'll take check-ins from any portable or Echolink stations for the RocCityNet.
JA2ISM.
W2JTF. K2ZX, Joe in North Greece. Good evening.
W2JTF. N2WS in Williamson with traffic.
In and out for the count. Have fun, Jeff.
W2JTF. This is N2JOR. Dave in Middlesex, checking in for the count. No traffic. IBQRT. N2JOR.
W2JTF. KD2DK, Bob Leroy.
W2JTF. Kilo Golf 2, Delta Whiskey Sierra, Dennis and Webster.
Dennis, can you repeat your call sign for me again? Thank you.
Kilo Golf 2, Delta Whiskey Sierra.
W2JTF. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Alpha Victor, Tom and Charlie. No traffic, over.
Oh, sorry, Tom. Can you give it to me one more time? Thanks.
Okay, it's Kilo Juliet 7 Alpha Victor. Kilo Juliet 7 Alpha Victor. Tom Charlie. No traffic.
Good, Tom. Thank you.
W2JTF. Here is Kilo Alpha 2, Charlie Golf Bravo.
W2JTF. Copy Whiskey 2, Tango Lima Mike, Tom and Macedon.
W2JTF. Here is Kilo 2, Zulu Sierra, Scott and Charlie. W2JTF. This is N2TOX.
W2JTF. for the numbers.
Let's hold it there for a couple minutes here. It looks like I got KD2 ISM, Larry, K2ZX, Joe in North Greece, N2WES. Sorry, I didn't catch the name. Can you give me your name again? Thank you.
WR2AHL repeater.
Okay, that was not my name. My name is Wesley, Whiskey Echo Sierra Lima Echo Yankee, N2WES.
All right, Wesley, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, the next one we have is N2JOR, Dave in Middlesex, KD2DK, Bob and Leroy. Looks like I got KG2DWS, Dennis, and Tom. Let's see, KJ7AV, is that correct?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
I've got KA2CGB. I didn't get the first name on that.
That's Brian in Fairport.
Very good, Brian. Thank you very much. I've got W2TLM, Tom in Macedon, K2ZJZ, I think it's Scott and Charlie. Is that correct?
That's Kilo 2, Zulu Sierra, K2ZS.
So bad I can't even read my own handwriting. Thanks. And we got N2TLX, K2GTX, and KC2EQU, Justin and Charlie. Okay, we'll start with Larry, KD2 ISM. Go ahead, Larry.
Thanks, Jeff, and welcome to everyone on the net. Just sitting here this evening trying to get caught up after a horrible week now that we have power back. So anyway, I won't take any longer. Hope everyone else is doing well. And just for the records there, Jeff, it's Kilo Alpha 2 India Sierra Mike, 73.
Okay, Larry, thanks a lot. I forgot, or sorry about that. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you got your power up. It was a pretty sad situation this week of that wind. Boy, it was nasty. I work for the utility company, so I know what these guys are going through. There's a lot of hard-working people out there right now trying to do their best. So I hope everybody gets their power back that doesn't have it soon. All right, I'm going to move on to Joe. K2ZX, go ahead, Joe. W2JTF.
Very good, Jeff. Good job, man. Thanks for doing it, and keep it up. Keep up the good work here. This is K2ZX Joe in North Greece. Yeah, we lost a little bit of power. Got it. It was on and off, but we cable TV and internet was down for till yesterday. That was interesting. That wasn't fun, but I had my radio, so that was good. What else? Lost the inverted L, the tower's up good, the loop is fine, the tripod on the roof with the VHF, VHF, wow, is fine. And not going to be too much of a big deal getting the inverted L back up. It actually ripped the balun right from the pipe. Everything else stood up, but it ripped it off, and it ripped the wire that goes to the radio plate off, and that was interesting to see that laying out there, but still got a tree down in the front yard here. I'm going to cut that up myself since the insurance company's not going to do nothing about it. And just wait until it gets a little warmer. I guess we got another nor'easter coming in here, and I guess we're going to get about a foot of snow, so that kind of stinks. But I know all the guys are working hard, even though Andy Cuomo doesn't think so. But that's Cuomo for you. Back to net control, K2ZX.
Very good, Joe. I lost a couple of my HF antennas too, so I'm not happy about that. But it is what it is. And certainly not, I mean, yes, I'm looking forward to the snow. Whether or not going to be able to utilize it's another thing, but yeah, it's just like one thing after another, right? I mean, they're probably going to get everything put back together again, and here we are. We're going to get 40-mile-an-hour winds and snow again, so unbelievable. All right, I'm going to move over to Wesley and to WES. Go ahead, Wesley. It's all yours, W2JTF.
Thank you, Jeff, and hello to everybody on the net. I am selling tickets for the April 8th Rochester Americans game against the Utica Comets to help me earn my salesmanship merit badge. The game's theme is Scout Night, and the tickets are $15 each. That is $13 off game day price. $2 from each ticket goes to Seneca Waterways Council. If you would like to sit together at the game, I need to know by April 2nd. If you have any questions or you want to buy any tickets, please email me at wesley@n2wes.com. Thank you, Jeff, and back to net control. N2WES, W2JTF.
Very good, Wesley. Are you good on two?
I'm assuming you said, am I good on QRZ? The repeater cut you out there. Yes, I am good on QRZ.
Very good. And I have one question for you, Wesley. I understand you bought your first radio, over.
Yes, I just bought a ID51 from W2GT, and I really, really like it.
Well, that's awesome. Now you have the ham radio disease, Wesley. I feel for you, but I know what it's like. So very good. I hope you enjoy it. All right, Wesley, I'm going to move on to have a good evening, and I'm going to move on to Dave in Middlesex, N2JOR. Go ahead, Dave.
Thanks, Jeff. Greetings to everyone. We escaped all the bad winds and the bad weather down here in Middlesex. Feel bad for all those that got hit hard. Just calling in for the numbers. Thanks very much, Jeff. N2JOR, back to net control.
All right, very good, Dave. And thanks for checking in. All right, we'll move on to Bob out in Leroy. KD2DK, I think, is what I've got.
Yep, that is correct. W2JTF. Good evening, Jeff, and everybody on the net. KD2DK. And the call sign is now, mystery is now revealed, Joe. Hi. Anyways, just catching up from the storm. Really not too much damage here. The antenna survived. I fared a lot better than some people, so I feel lucky about that. And, well, back at it tomorrow, I suppose. Back to net. KD2DK.
Recheck. KD2DK. K2ZX.
Yes, sir. KD2DK.
Haha, you got it, eh? KD2DK. All right, Bob. All right. I just wanted to congratulate you, man.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a palindrome, so can't go wrong with that.
Same as it's like what's the other one there? AE2E. What the heck is it? AE2EA, right?
Roger. Anyways, back to net. Thank you. KD2DK.
73 K2ZX.
Okay, I'd like to move on to KG2DWS. Dennis, and I think you're Webster, correct, Dennis?
Yeah, that's correct, Webster. I didn't lose power down here, but just to be prepared and everything, yesterday I hooked my 817 up to slab battery with my mag loop and talked to 3 stations down in Oklahoma during their QSO party. Hope nobody loses power with this upcoming blow. Back to you, Jeff.
Okay, Dennis, thanks a lot. I'd like to move on to Tom. And Tom, I apologize. Sometimes I can't read my own writing here. So I think I have you as KJ7AV.
WR2AH.
Yeah, that's correct, KJ7AV. I don't have any traffic. I just wish everybody a good night and glad the power's back on. Over.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. Thanks for checking in. Let me move over to Brian, KA2CGB. Go ahead, Brian.
Thank you very much. Well, for a beautiful sunny day today, cold and blustery, but gave a chance to do a little bit of inspection and minor repairs to the HF antennas. Fortunately, nothing blew down, just a couple of connections that got torqued pretty well, so take them apart, put them back together, and you know they're going to last a while. And hopefully, you hope they're going to last a while. At any rate, everything's well here in the lull before the nor'easter, so I don't think we're going to get it as bad as the rest of the eastern seaboard will get it, but that's fine. We'll get a little bit of snow, and then hopefully we'll get into springtime. K2CGB on the side.
Brian, very good. Yeah, I got a lot of coworkers up in Maine. I got a feeling they're going to get a taste of it more than we are, but it's kind of hoping we get a little bit of snow. I have a snowmobile that I've used twice. I'd like to get a little more use out of it, but maybe not. We'll see. All right, I'm going to move on to Tom and Macedon, W2TLM. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, good evening, everybody on the net. W2TLM, Tom Macedon. Yeah, we were without power, internet, telephone, even the cell service was out in Macedon for a couple of days. Luckily, it came back on. I guess it was Friday night it came back on. So no damage to the house, thank goodness. I'm in a little bit of a valley here, and I was able to stay away from any of that. Certainly driving around Penfield, Macedon, lots of trees down, and yes, kudos to the crews that came out and did that, and they were here from everywhere, so we certainly appreciate all the good work that they did, and checked in a few times on a couple of the repeaters. That was about all the radio work I did during the outage. I was pretty busy tending fires and generators and other stuff, so just happy that I was prepared enough to be able to get through it with no problems, even made some linguine and clam sauce out in the garage on the camp stove Friday in the dark, well, with a Coleman lantern anyway. So, yeah, we did just fine. So hopefully everybody out there managed to get through this without any significant damage, and let's hope that everybody that doesn't have power gets it back soon. With that, back to net control, W2TLM.
Very good, Tom, and my coworker that sits next to me had a crew of 26 trucks that came here from New Brunswick, of all places, and I guess they were French speaking, so there was a little bit of a language barrier there. But I guess he's really interesting, and it just amazes me that that many trucks come from that far away. Just incredible. All right, I'm going to move on to Scott and Chile. And Scott, I apologize. I hope I don't have your call written down here incorrectly. I was trying to do this really quick. Well, let's try K2ZSZ.
Nope, just ZS. It's 1 by 2, K2ZS. Very good. I really have no traffic other than I've been messing around with DMR. I got a TYT MD390 digital analog radio and a hotspot, and have been trying out DMR. So that's about it. I didn't really have any traffic, so I'll turn it back over to the net. K2ZS.
Okay, Scott, very good. Thanks for checking in, and go Chile. Anyways, all right, I'm going to move on to N2TLX, and I apologize. I didn't get your name. I was writing so fast that I didn't catch it on the next two. So if you could let me know who I'm talking to, W2GTF.
Okay, Jeff, the name here is Rick, and I'm located in downtown Rochester. I was one of the lucky ones, never lost power here, but I guess I'm just going to get ready for this next round of this nor'easter coming up. So I don't have really much to say. That's all. Just checking in for the numbers. Thanks for doing the net tonight. Back to you, W2JTF N2TOX.
Check.
Go ahead.
W3MJH in.
Okay, W3MJH and dogs. Okay, next up to K2GTX. Okay, we'll move on to Justin, KC2EQU, and Justin, I gotta ask, how you liking this weather? W2JTF.
Yeah, I just got back into New York State this morning. It's about 60 degrees colder than it was before, so I'm not a big fan. Luckily, my house being left alone was able to make it through the storm without a problem. I did have a neighbor who actually decided to do a flying acid, so I left stuff throughout the neighborhood. The thing probably flew about 200 yards to the back neighborhood here, destroying a couple pools on its way and a spring fence. So luckily, my house was able to avoid that. But sorry for the people that had issues with that everybody made it through safety. I did get the RocCityNet audio from the last net up on the Facebook page today and on the hearing page, WO2AHL. So I'll get this one up a little later tonight. The internet was awful where I was, so I was able to do that from the car. With that, I'll return back to that.
All right, Justin, very good, thanks. And, sorry you had to come back to this lousy cold weather. Anyways, I'll move on to W3MGH. Mike, how you doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good, Jeff. Just kind of warming up after spending a very cold day over here at the airport. Playing radio for Civil Air Patrol, playing actually radio repairman. So just popped in here at the end of the net, and thought I'd toss mine in for the numbers.
Okay, thanks, Mike. I'm at the bottom of the list. Do we have any other check-ins for the RocCityNet?
W2JTF. WB2KAO. Good evening, Jeff.
W2JTF.
Hey.
W2JTS. KC2ZXX. W2JTS. KC2ERF, Nelson, Ogden. W2JTF. Kilo Delta Q, Charlie Tango Zulu, Don in the mobile.
W2JTF. W2GT Doug in Union Springs.
W2JTF. W3OAB John Mobile.
Can I get the station that reported in before Doug, starting with KD2? I think it was Ron.
I believe it was KD2 Alpha Alpha Juliet.
WR2AHL repeater.
I think Ken was in there too, AC2QZ.
Can you repeat that again for me?
So maybe he would. I think it was Ken, AC2QZ as well.
KD2 AWT.
Okay, let's hold it up there, and we'll go to the top of this list. We'll start out with Tim, WB2KAO. How you doing, Tim?
Good, Jeff. Good evening. And good evening to everyone on net, WB2KAO. In Greece, where we took it real heavy. All my antennas are up. That's the most important thing. But we did lose the roof on the screen porch, and had some damage to the shingles on the house, and they were repaired on Friday. So I was very fortunate. Rochester Custom Exteriors, based in Honeoye Falls, that did the siding and the roof. They took right good care of me on Friday. I was very pleased about that. We did not lose power here, but my older stepdaughter and husband and her 5 boys have been with us since Wednesday. They just went home about a half hour ago. They live up on Yarkerdale, up in the English Road area, and they just got their power back this afternoon. So we had some dinner and let their house warm up a little bit, and but it's all good. Back to net, WB2KAO.
Okay, Tim, very good. And stay warm, and hopefully we don't get as much snow as they say we're going to get. Anyways, it's incredible. One storm after another. So I apologize for the next person. I think I got the call sign wrong, but it started with KC2. Can you please check back in for me? I'll get this down yet.
No worries. It is KC2 ERF Nelson in Ogden.
Okay, Nelson, thanks a lot, and good evening. And how's it going out there in Ogden, my hometown?
Well, good evening to you, sir, and to each and every one of the folks in the net. My prayers has been with everybody, and glad to hear that everybody made it, even though we got through this storm. We got electricity. We've been off the grid since Wednesday, and we just got it. We got it back a couple of hours ago. So we're quite fortunate. We were able to find a generator, and it did not stop running since Wednesday. It right around the clock. So we thank God that we were able to find a generator. We were calling everybody, and no one had anything left. So we had to go to a pawn shop, and they had one. And that basically they're very expensive, especially around a storm when you most need it. And we got it at a very good price. So we're quite fortunate. We got a generator. We were at least able to have the refrigerator plugged. The radio plugged in, at least the light. And the heat, well, it was more like body heat that kept us warm. No complaints on that. This is KC2ERF, over back to net control.
Okay, Nelson, well, I'm glad you were able to find a generator. I know it's one of those things that, they take up a lot of space in the garage, but boy, when you really need it, they're sure nice to have. Well, stay warm with that body heat. Hey, enjoy that. Okay, I'm going to move over to KD2 Alpha Alpha Juliet. Love that call sign. Go ahead, Richard, it's all yours.
Thank you, and good evening to one and all. I'm glad also to hear that so many of us, and maybe even all of us, have foregone the devastation of the electrical power. Personally, I was pretty lucky. I didn't lose any antennas except for some repositioning of the HF, and we'll see what that takes me. I'll probably end up doing some restringing anyway and getting things a little more squared away. That's about it. No power loss, a lot of wind, and no power loss is the thing to report. And I'm glad to hear everybody else is doing okay as well. Back to the net controller, KD2 Alpha Alpha Juliet.
Check in.
Go ahead, check in.
W2JTF. This is KD2 AWT, Andrew and Birch.
Okay, Andrew, very good. Okay, let's move on to Doug down at Union Springs, W2GT. Go ahead, Doug.
Hello, Jeff. I had to switch over to a handheld. How copy?
You sounded good here, Doug. Loud and clear and full quieting.
Okay, very good. Very good. Had to run out and walk the dogs here before I got done. Wow, look at the moonrise. That is something else. Anyways, yeah, our best wishes to everybody that sustained damage. We lucked out completely. I mean, we had a little wind and nothing all that eventful. But listening to the guys over there, it's just you guys have had a tough week, and now we got a storm on top of it. Insult to injury, I guess. This Saturday, we're going to be meeting up at Gannett Hill, just a normal get-together, depending on what the weather does between now and then. I doubt we'll be doing a lot of antenna deployment, but at least we're going to be up there having some fun and getting together. We'll be there for the day. We're at the Wilson Lodge, which is the nice one with the actual walls and heat and a fireplace and like that. So we'll be there for the day. Anybody wants to stop in, just stop in, say hey, spend the day, whatever you want to do. We'll be there. And that's about all I got. W2JTF, W2GT.
Recheck.
Go ahead, recheck.
W2GT K2ZX.
Hello, Giuseppe.
What's going on there, Doug? Hey, I was just wondering, you still got that vertical, right?
Which vertical is that?
The one you use for portable?
The tripod?
Yeah, the one on the tripod. You still got that, right?
Yeah, I can use it as vertical and I can use it as a hamstick dipole. Got a set of hamsticks for about every band. I didn't think about that. I could throw that in the truck and bring that along.
If we can't get out there to put antennas up, that would probably be a good thing to have. I was just wondering if you still had that. So, all right, very good. Hopefully, maybe it'll be in the 60s by the weekend. We'll see. Back to net control, K2ZX.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. I'm going to move on to W3AOB, my neighbor to the north. John, go ahead, John. It's all yours.
Good evening, Net citizens. We lost power from like Wednesday through last night at about 9 p.m. It got back on again, and definitely had fun with generator interfacing and load balancing. I explained to everybody in the household it was like the movie Apollo 13, where you had to be very careful about load balancing with like when they were bringing the command module back up after a long cold soak. We had to shut things down so the coffee maker would work, then shut things down so the microwave would work, et cetera, et cetera. Made everybody very conscious of load balancing. Back during the original ice storm, which was back during the first Gulf War, RG&E provided Cornell with a $1 million stipend to develop a self-bootstrapping forced air gas furnace. And unfortunately, unfortunately, the development did not continue because we didn't have more and more of those ice storms to black us out and keep reminding us of the pain. And so they lost energy on that. But there was an effort at one time to build a self-bootstrapping forced air gas furnace. So back to net. This is W3OAB Mobile.
Hey, John, good. I'm glad to hear you're back in powered again. All right, I'm going to move on to AC2QZ. Ken and Ovid. Go ahead, Ken. Okay, no response from Ken. We'll move on to KD2AWT. Andrew, how's it going, Andrew?
Oh, it's going very good, Jeff. And before I proceed on with my spiel here, I have to ask, that generator you got from Justin, was that the one that came in pretty handy during the storm?
Well, Andrew, I had it all ready to go, and I was fortunate that I didn't have to fire it up, but it was ready to go.
Oh, you didn't even need to fire it up. Well, that's good. Yeah, I didn't lose power in Bergen, although this has changed my, after seeing everything that happened around me. You know, there are a lot of people in Bergen that did lose power, but I just got lucky. Never lost it. And I was looking around me and thinking, gee, it would definitely wouldn't be fun if I was one of the ones that did lose power and I didn't have a generator or backup source of power on hand beyond what I could do for the radios. I probably could keep the furnace going if I needed to. I've got a 3 kilowatt inverter that geez, that thing will power a microwave. It'll handle the load of a microwave. It'll handle the load of a reciprocating saw. Not all at once, of course, but as long as you have the 12-volt supply to supply the ample amount of current to the inverter, it'll do some pretty impressive stuff. So if I was really desperate, that would definitely, with the few batteries I have here, would definitely be able to keep the pilot light and the blower fan on the furnace running. And that's really, I think, a lot of people's main concern with the power outage was heat, especially with the dipping temperatures right after the windstorm there. I've been doing pretty good, other than I'm a little behind here. Of course, everybody's behind. Roberts Wesleyan campus took a pretty big beating from this windstorm, so badly that classes were completely canceled Thursday and Friday, and everyone was ordered to evacuate from the campus because they had actually been without power so long in some of the dormitories that don't have generator power that the lead acid batteries that keep the fire alarm system up and running in short periods of power outage had actually gone dead, so state law actually required us to evacuate. So that was interesting, trying to figure out how to displace a bunch of students that have no other place to go, and in very short notice too. So luckily the power did come back on Friday in the dormitory, so the ones that already hadn't left did have a place to go, and we did have cots and mattresses set out in the athletic center where there was generator power for those that absolutely had no place to go.
Repeater time out. Repeater time out.
Oh shoot, where did I what was the last thing?
About having to get the cots and things for the students.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Yeah, had some students that we were still left over that we had to actually, set out some mattresses for. But that was very interesting and unique experience I'll never forget for sure. Other than that, I've got a couple new radios that I've been enjoying. I've got an XTS 5000 VHF front panel programmable. I've been loving it. I've got my 2500 XTS UHF FPP, and that's been great to me as well. all P25 stuff. And I've got a Model 2 that I'm working on converting to a Model 3 5000. So that's all been fun as well. And I got a 900 megahertz HT Motorola that I'm actually going to go and program after this. It's a MTX 9000, and that's ready to go into the what is it, the 33 centimeter band right out of the box. So that'll be fun. Back over to net. W2JTF KD2AW.
All right, Andrew. I suspect you probably weren't even thought of back when the ice storm was here back in the 90s. But a lot of us remember what we went through that time. That was another incredible piece of history. But well, anyways, I'm running over here a little bit. I apologize for that. Is there any other check-ins for the RocCityNet? Over.
N2YFA. WA2EKL.
KD2KCN.
Recheck N2WES.
Okay, let's go over to Wesley. Go ahead, Wesley.
Delta 2 Kilo Charlie November.
W2JTF. This is November 2 Delta Romeo Sierra. Darren in Scottsville, New York.
I missed the one that was before you, Darren. Can you repeat your check-in? I had one more check-in that was just before Darren. Can you repeat your call sign for me?
Not sure. It's KD2 KCN Kilo Delta 2 Kilo Charlie November.
Okay, very good. Okay, Wesley, why don't you go ahead?
Can I repeat my sales pitch for everybody that didn't hear?
Right ahead.
Okay, for anybody that's interested, I am selling tickets for the April 8th Rochester Americans game against the Utica Comets to help me earn my salesmanship merit badge. The game's theme is Scout Night. The tickets are $15 each. That is $13 off game day price. $2 from each ticket goes to Seneca Waterways Council. If you would like to sit together at the game, I need to know by April 2nd. If you have any questions or if you want to buy any tickets, please email me at wesley@n2wes.com. Also, my email is good on QRZ. Back to net control, N2WES.
Okay, Wesley, very good. Let's move on to N2YFA.
Yeah, good evening, everybody on the net. This is Rich, N2YFA, up here in Greece, New York. Didn't lose any power. We got lucky this time. I know a lot of Greece was out of power. Other than that, I've got nothing else up in my neck of the woods. I just wanted to put my call sign in to give you guys a count tonight. I hope everybody gets their power back that has lost it. And batten down the hatches. I guess we got some winter weather finally coming this week. This is N2YFA, Rich in Greece, New York. Back to net control.
Okay, Rich, very good. Okay, Steve, I'm going to move on to you, and I always have a problem with your call sign. Can you give it to me again?
WA2EKL, Whiskey, Alpha 2, Echo Kilo Lima. Just wanted to make sure that Chile was overrepresented here tonight. Not really any traffic, just kind of been listening as I'm tinkering in the shop. Lost a little bit of roof, but otherwise we're doing okay. 7-3L, WA2EKL.
Very good, Steve. Glad to hear you. Also, the other night, boy, the target there in Charlie Center. Man, there had to be a couple hundred trucks in that parking lot. I never seen anything like that, but at least they're out in force. All right, Steve, thanks a lot. I'm going to move on to K2DACM.
Affirmative. KD2, KCN, Greg. I'm in Brockport or Holly. You are closer to Holly. And we had power out for 2 or 3 days there, running the generators, and I really not like going out and just batting down the hatches just a skoshi bit, and going to get the ready for the next one. Not a lot to say, but just wanted to check in. I'm fairly new at the ham operations, getting everything back in order. Say good evening to everybody. Thank you for letting me in there. KD2, KCN will be on the side 73s.
Recheck.
Go ahead, recheck.
Yeah, Jeff, KG2DWS. Just a question for Joe. How's the status coming on T-shirts? Joe, KG2DWS listening.
Okay, Dennis, KG2DWS, K2ZX, Joe and Grease here, and they're ordered, and I'd say probably about a week out, I would think. Well, I'll be putting more stuff on the Facebook page here as information warrants, but they're ordered. Everyone's orders in. Everyone, I think we got like 65 shirts were ordered. So, hopefully there might be some for the. We may have them for the 18th there at the outing at Gannett Hill. I'll check into that before the weekend here, and more information will come, and we will talk about it more on the net as well. So, but they're ordered. Everyone's got their shirts ordered, and we'll get it all figured out once we get them. So, between myself and W2GT Doug, who's really doing most of it, he knows a guy that's doing it, and we're coordinating all that together between us. So. Hope that answers your question there, Dennis. I'll turn it back to you, and you can turn it back to Jeff if everything's kosher with the answer there. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine, Joe. I just bet there's a lot of other people besides me that are waiting for shirts. Yeah, okay, back to you, Jeff.
Okay, very good. We'll move on to Darren, N2DRS. Go ahead, Darren.
W2JTF, this is N2DRS. I just wanted to mention that I was without power for about 30 hours or so, and I found a generator at Sam's Club on Thursday morning, and they had plenty of stock at the time. So sometimes don't necessarily think about the hardware store. Maybe you want to go to the big club store, and maybe you'll find one there. But that's really all I got, and I'll turn it back to Net Control.
Darren, my son works for Home Depot unloading the truck at night, and they got a couple of emergency trucks that have generators. As fast as they were coming off the truck, they were being sold. They were gone in 20 minutes time. He said it was incredible. There was people lined up outside the door to get them, which I totally get that. But anyways, I got one last one here. I apologize again. I'm running out of room on my pad of paper, so I'm not getting the name or the call signs down correctly. I thought it was K2DQCW, maybe. I apologize. Okay, I guess I really goofed that one up. So are there any other check-ins?
Kilowatt 2 Foxtrot X-Ray, K2FX. Good evening.
I'm in New York. Name here is Joe. I'm new to the net here.
WB2IID, India Delta. Joe in Bristol, New York.
Can I have, was there two Joes in there? I apologize.
KD2NAN out of Farmington. Yeah, this is Joe. Like I said, I'm new to the net, so I figured I'd check in here. And there's another Joe who just checked in behind me. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, WB2 India Delta. Name's Joe in Bristol. Over.
I apologize, Joe. Can you give me your call sign one more time? I was writing down the other Joes.
Certainly. WB2, India, India Delta, IID.
Okay, thanks, Joe. All right, let's go to K2FX. How you doing tonight, Paul?
Yeah, hi, Jeff, K2FX. Good evening to you and everybody on the net tonight. Just want to remind everybody we'll have the radio wave net starting at 8:30 over on the 146.655 repeater. That's in South Bristol, or for those of you who have trouble hitting it, the 147.345, which is the Strong Memorial Hospital location, 110.9 PL. We don't really have a topic tonight. We're going to have a general discussion, and we'll probably talk about the past windstorm and what people did with generating power, how they stayed warm, things of that nature. So more of a casual net tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody survived, and by now I hope everybody has power back, although I fear probably some have not gotten there yet. Back to you, Jeff. This is K2FX.
Okay, Paul, thanks for checking in. And I'll move on to KD2NAN. Joe? Go ahead, Joe. It's all yours.
Good evening, gentlemen. Again, I said earlier, I'm new to this. I just got back on. Got my license a couple weeks ago. Tried it out. I enjoy listening to you guys. I learn a lot. I'm always monitoring the frequency, hearing these guys go off on radios and learning about antennas, because that's what I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. I'm running off a little, good Lord, it's one of those November 9 TAX little roll-up, I think it's, what is it, J, whatever it is. Anyway, little antenna is a dual antenna. It's inside the house. So what I got right now, I'm getting ready to put something up on the roof, but it's too cold right now, so I got to wait. And I've got a station I'm going to be using soon is a Yaesu 450 Delta, so that's going to be my base. This week I go to Chicago to see the family, take care of my granddaughters for a week, so I'll take some of my equipment up there and set it up on. I have a good Lord, buddy pole system, the whole bag, so I'll use that for an antenna over there, portable. Test it out. Anyway, I'll be testing my skills with this. Back to you, and thank you. This is KD2NAN, Joe.
Okay, Joe, well, you're full quieting in here. You sound real good. Your audio's real nice, and you're doing a good job. And, yeah, my brother lives out in Chicago, and I took a little ball fang out with me a couple years ago, and I went out there. If I had a ball, there's a lot of repeaters out in the Chicagoland area, so you'll enjoy that. So thanks for checking in, and we look forward to talking to you again. All right, I'm going to move back over to the other Joe at Bristol, WB2IID. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, everybody. This is my first time checking in, and thanks for the opportunity. We got a couple of power flickers down here, which was kind of unusual, and I'm sorry that everybody's been affected by it, particularly up in Chi-Li and Gates and Greece and so on. I know some people had some damage to the house, and probably some of them are still without power, but we've known that in years past, but we got spared this time. We put a whole house generator in last year. That's about a year ago, I guess now, so to protect against that, because we've got an all-electric house. But we've used it a few times, but not anything like an extended power outage like a lot of people up north are. So nothing else really to report here. It's 17 degrees out, and we're kind of battening down the hatches for the next snowfall. This is WB2IID. Back to that.
Recheck.
Go ahead, recheck.
82NAN K2. Well, first of all, I'd like to say hello to all the Joes. I think Joe's got it tonight, but looks like a lot of new Joes here, but that's good. This is K2ZX Joe here in North Greece. I'm going to call KD2NAN Joe. I don't know where you are, Joe, what town you're in, but you got a copy?
I'm in Farmington. We talked way back when I used to be NP3GR. I had let my license expire in 2006. You're the first gentleman I ever spoke with way back then. And, I moved down to, I used to live in Greece, and I moved out here to Farmington. So here I am, got my license back, and doing the talking again. Over.
Yeah, very good, Joe. I just wanted to let you know, too, if you have any questions on antennas, or if you needed any help with that, a lot of guys here are willing to help you out or answer any of your questions. So even during the net here, you can ask them questions, and or if you ever want to ask anybody on the repeater here, we're more than welcome to try to help you out, okay?
Definitely. I do appreciate that. And I can tell there's a wealth of knowledge out here. A lot of guys always be changing new ideas. The idea here is to put an antenna up that doesn't look too gaudy. I don't want to look at a radio station, but I want to have good, transmission. So I'm looking at dipoles and everything else. So I got to sit back and look at the options. But it's kind of cold right now to do it. So I'll stick to this little dual band until it warms up a little bit. Over.
You're okay, Joe. I just want to let you know, throw that out to you out there. So that's what it's all about here. So we're here to help all the new guys as well. So back to net control, K2ZX.
Okay, thanks, Joe. And I just want to mention to Joe in Bristol, congrats and being your first time here on the net, and we look forward to hearing you in the future. And this is my first time as net controller, so I'm, as you guys probably can tell, I'm a little nervous and getting the things a little mixed up, but I'll get better as time goes on, I promise. So, anyways, is there any other check-ins for the RocCityNet?
Checking into. This is AC2QZ, checking in.
That AC2QZ?
Roger, I was just checking in for the numbers.
Okay, thank you very much.
This is KD2DKB checking in. Who are we checking into?
This is RocCityNet.
No, I know that. I'm saying who's the net controller?
W2JTF, Jeff in North Chalet.
I should have recognized your voice. W2JTF, this is KD2DKB in Rochester.
All right, very good. Do we have anybody else out there? Okay, has anybody else got anything else before we close the net?
KD2AWT with the recheck.
Go ahead, Andrew.
I just want to let everyone know that I will be offering up some power supplies for sale. They're great for HF, VHF, UHF. Let me bring up the specs on here real quick. Got it in my email. The challenge is finding the right email. Okay, so they are Astron SS-12 power supplies, high efficiency switching technology, specifically filtered for use with communications equipment for all frequencies, including HF. Heavy duty design, low profile, lightweight package, EMI filter, meets FCC Class B requirements. Current limiting, over voltage protection, fuse protection, over temperature shutdown. Specifications, of course, input 120 or 220 at 50/60 hertz, switch selectable. So it's got to be selected. Of course, it'll probably be on 120, as that's the only real voltage I think they've been used at least for AC in. Output voltage 13.8, continuous amperage 10 amps, and the peak is 12 amps. Weight is 3.4 pounds. They're nice. Look them up if you're looking for a power supply. I'll have some coming in, and I'll only be asking $50 for these, so I'll keep everyone updated on that. Just wanted to put that out there. Thank you, Jeff. KD2AWT.
Hey, Andrew, very good. And Mitch, sorry I forgot to go back to you. Do you have any traffic over?
I just want to say hello to everyone. Have a great night, and I was doing something, and I just missed the net. That's about it, and I'm turning it back over to you. If you have a list of people who signed in tonight, can you send it to my email?
Yep, I sure can. I will take care of that for you.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone.
Recheck.
Go ahead, Joe.
KD2DKB K2ZX. Just so you know, Mitch, there's Justin is streaming the recording of the net as well, so you can get the call signs. You can listen to the whole net there and get the call signs that way as well if you ever need that. And why everyone's at it selling. Just to put it out there, it's not going to be for sale. I bought an 8900 Yaesu, and I'll be selling an FT 2900 when I receive that radio. So I figure I'd put it out there before. It's going to be a few days until I receive the 8900. So it's an FT 2900 2-meter high power Yaesu transceiver, like brand new. It's what I use in my shack. In my main shack. I'm on the FT981 here, but also I'll be selling a Diamond dual band X300 as well in the near future too. So just want to throw that out there. If anybody's interested, just get a hold of me either on the Facebook page or I'm good on QRZ. I haven't advertised it yet, but I figure I'd throw it out there and give everyone else a chance before I put it on Craigslist or something. So just make me an offer for it. I think they go for like 140 new, something like that. But anyhow, thanks, Jeff. Good job, and I appreciate that. And don't forget the Facebook page, you guys. Don't forget this weekend, the 18th, up at the Gannett Hill at the Wilson Lodge. And we may have T-shirts for you guys if you want to show up that day there. And I guess that's about it. Back to net control. Thanks again, Jeff. W2JTF in the RocCityNet K2ZX.
I'll recheck.
Go ahead, recheck.
This is K2, KD2 NAN. A question: is there a web page that I can go to get all this information from? Because I'm new to this, and a lot of people I want to log in and find out what's for sale and what's not. So for information. This is KD2 NAN. Thank you.
Oh, you want to take that?
I sure can. KD2 NAN K2ZX here. I don't know if you do Facebook or not, Joe, but we do have a Facebook page. You do that?
Yes, I do. I'm going to look into it right now. I'm outside on my handheld, just smoking a cigarette, but I'm going back upstairs.
KD2RF. RocCityNet in the Facebook. Go ahead and ask to join, and I'll approve you. And there's some stuff for sale in there once in a while. It's just information around the local area here and all the guys for the RocCityNet. But there's also another website, or not website, but another Facebook page called Ham Radio for Sale. I think it is. Is that correct, Jeff? Ham Radio for Sale.
I think it's Western New York, WNY Ham Radio SwapNet or something like that, KD2AW.
This is the one Doug's got, or the one that, I don't know. I think it's Ham Radio for Sale. I don't know about there's probably a lot of them. But the RocCityNet page, Joe, is just search RocCityNet, 3 words, and I'll approve you here when I see it. And That's a good one there to ask questions or ask if anybody's got anything for sale as well. Back to you, Jeff. W2JTF K2ZX.
Recheck.
Recheck. Go ahead, recheck.
KC2ERF, Nelson. Joe, I'm interested.
Okay, Nelson, very good. And I think W2GT's got a recheck. Go ahead, Doug. You probably got the correction on my on that deal there.
No, you nailed it. It's Ham Radio for Sale is there's a lot of them, but Ham Radio for Sale is a Facebook group that I think it's the largest. I'm not sure of that, but I didn't start that one, but I am an admin there. And Ham Radio for Sale. We get a lot of traffic on that one. Right around, last I knew, 2,800 members, something like that. Ham Radio for Sale. Had to pimp that while I'm thinking of it. Thanks, Joe. Back to net control, W2GT.
All right, Doug. Thanks for the update on that. I thought that's what it was. I was trying to find it in Facebook, and I got so many things in there I just couldn't find it. So, anyways, well, I want to thank everybody for checking in tonight. And also, don't forget to join the 75-meter portion of the RocCityNet on Wednesday evenings at 8 o'clock on 3.826. And I'd also like to thank Mike, W2HYP, for letting us use his repeater for the net. And I wish everybody a great week ahead, and stay warm, and hopefully we don't get the snow they're asking for. So I guess I'm going to turn the repeater back over to normal operation. Thanks again, W2JTF.